Since the release of CS2, this game as a cybersport discipline has been constantly giving surprises, sometimes pleasant and sometimes not so pleasant. Just when it seems that a clear leader is about to be determined, or some player will shoot, everything turns upside down in a moment and in a way that you can't think of on purpose. The big tournament in London, Blast Premier Spring Final 2024 has recently come to an end, and since there is such a pause, it's time to present to you my top surprises that happened in CS2. Hi everyone, Dale here with you, and before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give it a targeted like, and go! Fourth place, Money Machine Breakdown. At the dawn of CS2, it seemed like a new star was rising on the horizon. The Falcons, the richest team in the world, owned by Saudi sheikhs who had assembled all the stars that money could buy at a moment's notice. This includes the best coach in the world, Zonic, who is the only coach to win a CSGO major 5 times, and forever write his name in history. And also Emil Magisk Reif. In 2023, he was HLTV's Supporting Player of the Year, a 4-time major leaguer, and indeed, at the start of the Falcons showed decent results. It seemed that just a little more and the investments of the Saudi rich will justify themselves. See the promo code on the screen? Don't wait for a lucky chance, luck is already on your side. Enter the promo code on our website and collect top loot from GGDROP. Expectations from the team remained consistently high, but the most incredible thing happened at RMR, qualifying games for the major, where, being the undisputed favorites, the Team Falcons could not defend their right to participate in the first ever major in CS2. This was a real sensation and a resounding upsell, as Magisk has been present at every Counter-Strike major since the London Face It major in September 2018, and for Coach Zonic, this marked the first major in his coaching career that he missed. However, the Sheiks clearly did not believe that the money machine could break down and malfunction. They just needed more money, obviously, they thought, and their next step was to rent Simple for a month. Nothing serious came out of this scheme except that Alexander made some cash and also played his only match on the PRO stage of CS2, which the Falcons deafeningly lost. Such a surprise with a multi-million-dollar budget. However, there is an opposite example when money works. It is Mr. Ziwu, who not so long ago, having re-signed his contract with Vitality, began to receive the largest salary in the history of the CC, about 100,000 euros per month. As for me, it's a lot, but Zivu also tries his best and sometimes gives out unreal performances. This map against FaZe, the Frenchman finished with a cosmic rating of 2.42, setting another record. In short, the kid played for all his money. Well, we're moving on with our tops. Third place, Cloud9 Collapse. And how well it all started? On July 13th, 2023, a major change came to the Cloud9 team. Buster and Nafani were replaced by former Natus Vincere players, Denis Electronic Sharapov and Ilya Perfecto Zalutsky. And on October 26, it became known about the departure of Dmitry Shuro Sokolov. A week later, on November 2nd, he was replaced by another former Navy Prime player, Kirill Boomble4 Mikhailov, who took the position of captain. Thus, 3 players who have perfectly shown themselves on the PRO stage and perfectly played find themselves in the lineup of Cloud9. After Perfecto and Electronic moved to Cloud9, Cybersport fans predicted the roster to be top 1 in the ranking of the best teams in the world from HLTV. Bookmakers also joined in and started to consider the roster as the favorite in most tournaments. Can fans be blamed for inflated expectations? A multi-million-dollar roster, top players who know each other well, what else do you need to take away a major? Cloud9's only weakness was the lack of a profile sniper, and the team tried their best to bring a new meta into the game. A game without a permanent sniper. And when it became clear that the game would not work without Avik, Boomik tried to take on this role and periodically surprised the CS world with unexpected and beautiful highlights. But still, it was not enough. Yes, it was not possible to take the major, but Cloud9 made it to the quarterfinals. And although they gave it so much that it hurts to remember, still, reaching the quarterfinals of the major could foreshadow a lot of things, but not the collapse of the team. But that's exactly what happened. Out of the blue, Electronic announced his move to Virtus.pro, and almost immediately after Elik, Hobbit, and Perfecto said goodbye to the team. It's a disband, folks, but who would have expected it? The true reasons for what happened remain under the veil of secrecy, but sooner or later everything will be known, and I will certainly share it with you. But in the meantime, the collapse of the Clouds takes its place of honor at the top. Second place, non-era FaZe. Many may wonder how it is that the most stable team in the world was the top of surprises. Well, that's exactly why it did. In the first few months after the release of CS2, it seemed that Team FaZe had begun their era of domination. Tournament after tournament, they were breaking into the grand finals, and it seemed like nothing could stop this rink. This dominance lasted for quite a while, but it still didn't last for the era, and today FaZe is slowly but steadily sliding down in the HLTV rankings. Well, the most interesting and unexpected thing in this story was the way in which the FaZe were thrown off their pedestal. It was done by the team, Mouse, who literally won without fighting. The history of the confrontation between these two teams is pure pain for Team Mouse. Let's remember how it was. The struggle of these two teams in the new era started with the very first tournament in CS2, IEM Sydney 2023. Yes, the very first tournament in Australia, where Simple never made it. Mouse met FaZe in the semi-finals and were defeated 2-0. At the next major tournament, CS Asia Championships 2023, teams met already in the grand final. And again, FaZe sent Mice to the School of CS with the same score 2.0 last tournament of the year. Blast Premier World Final 2023, semi-finals again and 2-0 again. It seems that FaZe is a real kryptonite for the team, Mouse. Or maybe it doesn't seem so, because at the first tournament of the 24th year IEM Katowice 2024, history repeated itself. Again 2.0 in the semifinals from the team FaZe. 4 times in a row, it may seem like overkill, because Mouse is almost the youngest -1 team. It may break them morally, but apparently Old Man Kerrigan doesn't care about that from a high mountain. IEM Chengdu 2024, in front of 1 billion shocked Chinese people in the grand final, again 2.00. How can this be? But finally, the 19th season of ESL Pro League, and here it seems that fate is on the side of the Mouses, or rather not fate, but the tournament grid, because the Mice were lucky not to meet FaZe and take the tournament. But not only that, just a week later, Mouse won another big tourney, Bet Boom Dacha, and thanks to this victory duplet, they broke into the top 1 of HLTV, displacing FaZe, and thus won without fighting. Well, such a thing is well worthy of a place at the top. But not long, Mice had to enjoy the World Championship at the last tournament, Blast Premier, Spring Final 2024. The palm of superiority HLTV intercepted Team Spirit, defeated the Team Navi in the Grand Final BO5, and for the first time in their history took the top 1 rating. It's up to you how unexpected that was. First place. The Navy is back on track without Simple. Here perhaps we have to combine 2 surprises into one. The first of them was Simple's departure from Cybersport. When he missed the first CS2 tournament in Sydney, Australia, remember the meme about the airplane and timing? No one could have imagined that this pause would last so long. He was replaced by a young sharpshooter Wonderful, who recently did not even think that he had a chance to join the legendary team. I think most people who follow cybersports said to themselves, well, let's see what they can do without Simple. And this is not surprising, because there has long been a clear feeling that Navy is Simple, and Simple is Navy. Simple thought so too, as he trolled his own team on Evalon Streamer in the early stages of the majors. However, this time the CS gods decided otherwise, and Navy sensationally won the major without Simple. Was it unexpected? You bet it was. He's in the top 1. That's how this top turned out. Write in the comments what was the biggest surprise this season for you. And for today, I say goodbye. At the microphone was Dale. Don't forget to appreciate my efforts with a like, and also subscribe to the channel to be aware of all the coolest events from the world of cybersport. Happy skating!